Hello everyone, welcome back to my Max channel. Today I will focus on paper 2 section A. So I will discuss about a few questions on section A. Let's focus on HOTS question and also a question that involving concept. Okay, so let's see how to do well in section A for the paper 2. I'm sure many of you are having some problem with the HOTS question. Alright, so for next year onwards, 50% of your exam question will be HOTS question, high order thinking skills. HOTS. So basically the important steps to answer HOTS question is, let's see how. Okay, so number one, you must really understand the question. For question number one, is actually given you a diagram. So for HOTS question, they like to start with a diagram. State all the three inequalities. Okay, so you have to find the equation for that line, which I dotted. Okay, I use an arrow, red arrow. So in order to find the equation, okay, the important formula is y equal to mx plus c. So obviously you can see there is a c there, right? So from there you can convert to a point, 0, 4. Alright, so we have another point, okay, which is 4, 0. So in order to find gradient for the straight line, we need to find 2 points first, because the formula is m equal to 4 minus 0 over 0 minus 4, right? So we are going to find the gradient. So the gradient is 4 over negative 4, which is negative 1. So with the gradient, and we have intercept, right? So for y-intercept is 4, that is your c. So you can form the equation easily. Y equal to negative x plus 4 is the equation. And because the shaded region for the dotted line in blue color, okay, is dotted, so you must put not equal, so the inequality sign should be less than, because it's shaded down to the blue line. Okay, so it should be y less than x plus 4. All right, now let's observe the green line. Okay, the green line is passes to y equal to 2, so and the line, the shaded region is shaded above, so it should be y more than equal to. And the yellow line is on the y-axis. On the y-axis, it passes through the x-intercept equal to 0, and is shaded to the right. So it's x more than equal 0. Alright, so we have 3 inequalities for the shaded region. Okay, so we have to list down all the 3 inequalities under the answer space. So you have to write your answer in the answer space during the SPM exam. Alright, so this is about the inequalities. Okay, I'm sure many of you can do, because you understand shaded region is actually based on y, positive y as our reference. So okay, after we have worked out the answer, we have to write the inequalities on the answer space. Y less than negative x plus 4, y more than equal 2, and x more than equal 0. Right. So we have solved one HOTS question. Okay. Next, during the CMCO holidays, Rina plans to create a herbal garden at her lawn. RUVW is a plan for her house lawn. The herbal garden is RST and triangle shape. her entire lawn is 20 meters square. Find the length and width, okay, in her house lawn. All right, let's have a look of the HOTS question. This is HOTS because it comes with a story. All right, it's a story about the CMCO and about Rina's garden, herbal garden. So let's see how to solve this. Alright, so not to worry, let's work on the diagram first. Okay, by looking at the diagram, we can see RSU, right? RS is 2 meter, right? Okay, study the diagram carefully. And SU is 3x meter, right? It's the length. Okay, can you see that? SU is 3x. And then from R to T, we have 3 meter, right? Okay, so now let's study the question again during the CMCO holidays. Okay, we read for second time to get the right information. Rina plans, okay, to create a herbal garden. Okay, I highlight the keywords, you see or not? The herbal garden, RST, and triangle shape, all right? And the most important is we have to work on the diagram, all right? So let's study the diagram. You are having a rectangle, all right, for the lawn. So we have 3x, we have 2, that is the length. So you need to write length RU is 2 plus 3x meter, okay? So now we have the length 2 plus 3x meter, all right? So please highlight like this, okay? Now we need the width. I'm highlighting using the green highlighter. Can you see that? I have 3 plus the x. So the width, okay, for both is 3 plus x, right? So now the formula for area for the rectangle, I'm sure every one of you know, right? So the area for the lawn is actually in the shape of rectangle, so we need to take the length times width. Okay, let's work out the area right now. Okay, so area is equal to, yes, 20, right? Area is equal to 20, so the 3x plus 2 times 3 plus x is equal to 20. So you need to do expansion. 3x times 3 is 9x plus 3x times x is 3x squared plus 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2 times, okay, x is 2x equal to 20. And then you need to arrange in general form. Remember that? For all the quadratic equation, before you solve, you must arrange in general form. So let's write again 3x squared plus 11x minus 14 equal to 0. Okay, do it carefully and double check your answer. So you can use your calculator to factorize and make sure you write the factor like this. Okay, and then you let factor equal to 0, 3x plus 14 equal to 0, x minus 1 equal to 0. Hence, your x is negative 14 over 3. And then we need to reject the answer immediately because we cannot have length which is negative, right? So we have another x, okay, which is positive, so x equal to 1. Alright, but the question is not asking for x. So for HOTS question, you have to answer according to the instruction of the question. That means you have to write down the answer in wording. The length, okay, is 3 plus 2, 5 meter. And the width is 3 plus 1, right? So it's 4 meter, so you have to answer in words. So let's have a look of the question back again. So your x is 1, okay, so the length is 3 times 1 plus 2. so it's 5 meter, and then the width is 3 plus x, or 3 plus 1, so it's 4 meter. Alright, so make sure you write your answer in terms of the length equal to 5 meter and the width is 4 meter. Alright, please write the unit for me. I forgot to write the unit, so unit is very important. Now let's see the question. Zaida has P coins and Wan has Q coins. Okay, for this question, you cannot use the matrix method, alright? You must use simultaneous equation. If Zaida give 20 coins to Wan, then both of them have the same number of coins. Both of them, same number of coins. If one gives 50 coins to Zaida, then the ratio of Zaida's coin to Wan's coin is 3:2. Find the number of coin P and coin Q. As you can see, the ratio is very important. Okay, ratio 3:2. So let's see how to work out the HOTS question like this. Okay, it is a HOTS question on simultaneous equation. So let's see how to solve right now. As I say, we need to understand the question. So P coins, highlight, okay, use a highlighter. Q coins, you highlight again. So you can actually let unknown X as P or unknown Y as Q, but I would prefer to use P and Q so that I will not have to worry about X and Y. So I will use unknown P and unknown Q as my equation later on. So now, after you understand the question, you highlight Zaida gives 20 coins. So when gives in mathematics is always minus. Okay, when one receive, okay, when Zaida give, one will receive. So when receive, it will be plus. Okay, after one receive, both of them are having the same coin. Both of them, that means you have to plus the coins for both of them are equal. Okay, so that means we start with the P. Okay, give 20, so P minus 20, right? Okay, Zaida is P. Zaida minus 20, P minus 20. Okay, and then both of them are having the same number of coins. So for Zaida, I know the number of coins now is less 20, so the number of coins is P minus 20. How about for Wan? Wan has Q coins and he is going to receive 20 coins from Zaida, right? So for Wan's coins now should be equivalent to Q coins. When received, we should plus, right? When you receive something, the quantity increase. So plus 20. So that means you have to take the original coin for 1 plus the 20, which is Q plus 20. So now we are having the same number for both of them. So from the first sentence, you have to convert to the mathematics equation that is so-called HOTS skills. So I'm going to write P minus 20 is equal to Q plus 20 because number of coins for them after give and receive should be equal. So again, we continue with the next sentence. 1 is Q, right? Give with minus, right? 50 coin. And then ratio. Now, before we can write the ratio, we must know the quantities of Zaida's coin, right? So if one give 50 coins, then Zaida's coin will be increased, isn't it? So the Zaida's coin should be, originally is P, right? So you have to think when one gave 50, the quantity for the coin for 1 is Q minus 50. How about for Zaida? Since, okay, 1 gave 50, so Zaida will receive 50 coins. So Zaida's coin now is P plus 50, right? Okay, this is a quantity for Zaida's coin. So when you solve the HOTS question, you must get the right information. And then we follow the instruction of the question. The ratio of their coins is 3 to 2. So when you see ratio, we always write fraction, Q minus 50 over P plus 50, okay, is equal to 2 over 3. Why? Because as you read, it's ratio of Zaida's coin first. So you should write like this, P plus 50 over Q minus 50 equal to 3 over 2, up to you. You can write either one, but make sure the ratio is correct. Okay, have to follow the ratio. Now let's see, we have the ratio P plus 50 over Q minus 50 equal to 3 over 2. So we need to solve the equation right now. So P minus 20 equal to Q plus 20. So P equal to Q plus 40 is our first equation. So the second equation will be P plus 50 over Q minus 50 equal to 3 over 2. And then we need to simplify the second equation. Okay, so that we can substitute the equation number 1 into the second equation. Okay, from the ratio, just now we have 2 times P plus 50 is equal to 3Q minus 50, cross multiplication. So we have 2 times P, which is 2P, but the P I will substitute the Q plus 40 later on. So the right hand side I just copy and expand. So now I'm going to substitute P into the second equation. So I will write Q plus 40 when I see P, and plus 50 is originally still there. So then I will expand 2Q plus 40 plus 50, 90 times 280 equal to 3Q minus 150, right? So you need to expand carefully, and you will solve the Q, and finally your Q is 330. So that means Q is having 330 coin, and then with the Q you can find the coin for P, right? So the coin for P is actually equivalent to 330 plus 40. So the answer is 370. Right, so we have managed to solve the HOTS question, which is very challenging, right? Okay, I'm sure if you keep on practice, you will feel very confident in solving HOTS question. So finally, our answer for Q is 330, and for the P is 370. Okay, if possible, you write in a sentence to state how many coins owned by Zaida and how many coins owned by one. Alright, okay, so I leave it for you to write in a sentence. So, okay, as conclusion, we check back the answer. P minus 20 equal to Q plus 20. So P equal to Q plus 40 is the first equation. And then from the ratio, we'll get another equation, and we'll use substitution. Okay, we substitute one into another one, which is in terms of the ratio. So finally, you will solve the equation by using simultaneous equation. You are not allowed to use matrix method, so please follow the instruction of the question. Next, we will discuss question number 5. Okay, let's have a look at the question right now. Given the equation of the straight line is 5x minus 3y plus 15 equal to 0. Answer below question. Okay, A, state the gradient. Very easy, right? Okay, the gradient is actually you just express y in terms of x. So you have to bring the y to one side and make the y stand alone, one person, one y as a subject of the x. So you have to divide by 3. So 5 over 3 plus 15 over 5. So then the number just right in front of the x is the gradient, right? So the gradient is 5 over 3. Okay, and the c is just the number for the y equal to mx plus a number that is a constant. So c is 5. Okay, remember y equal to mx plus c. M must be a number that to the left of x multiplied by x. Okay. For c, we have to find the intercept for the new equation that parallel to the straight line. Parallel, so the gradient will be the same. So we have to use a point to find the new c. So substitute y is 9, x is -3, and you will solve to find the c. Okay, please simplify first before you plus. So 3 and -3 is -1. So you have 9 equal to -5 plus c. So c is 9 plus 5. So your intercept of the c is positive 14, right? So we have another HOTS question. An ice making company produces ice cube using a cuboid container as shown in the diagram 4. A cylinder-shaped container containing boiled water is transferred to each cuboid container. Each worker is responsible for transferring water with one cylinder container for half an hour into the cuboid container. The cylinder container is 54 centimeter high and the diameter of the cylinder is 30 centimeter. Calculate the number of ice that can be produced with the volume of water in one cylinder. Round off the answer to 2 significant figures. Round off to 2 significant figures. Okay, but the question is asking for number of ice. So why we need to round off? So okay, I think there is some technical problem with the question because the number should be integer, right? So if really you have a number, then you have to write in terms of integer, but it's okay. So let's do it together for this question. Okay, let's go through the question carefully and highlight the important keywords. Remember when you do HOTS question, 54 centimeter high and the diameter of the cylinder is 30. So cylinder volume is pi r square, so the radius should be 15. Calculate the number of ice. Okay, so let's start now. So we will actually calculate the volume of the cylinder, which is pi r square h, right? So it's 22 over 7 times 15 square times 54 is the height. Okay, so your answer is 38185.71. Okay, this is a volume of water. And 1 cuboid, the volume for 1 cuboid is 20 times 12 times 8. So the answer is 1920, right? This is the volume for 1 cuboid. So we are asking to find the number. So we have to take the volume of the water divided by volume for 1 cuboid is 1920. So after divide, your answer is 19.88. So you have to round off to integer, which is 20. So if the answer asking for 2 significant figure, so the answer is 20. Okay, is 2 significant figure. All right, so that's the answer for this question. Next, we will discuss this question is about the math reasoning, right? So let's have a look of the question. Complete the following sentences with the symbol equal or not equal in the answer space. in the box provided to form a number 1 true statement. Okay, number 2 false statement. Be careful when you read the question. So let's see. A, we want to make it true statement. So we have two symbols to choose, equal or not equal, to form the true statement. So 4 minus 6 is negative 2. And then we have 2. So we want to make a true statement. So negative 2 equal to 2. Is it true? Negative 2 not equal to 2. Is it true? Yes. So the answer is not equal. Be careful when you do this question. For number 2, 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3, 6 over 5. So this one, they instruct you to make it a false statement. So how to make it a false statement? 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. Is it equal to 6 over 5? Okay, so we will need to make it false statements. So 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3, if you simplify, you will get 5 over 6. And it is not 6 over 5. So to make it false, we have to make it equal or not equal. So 5 over 6 is not equal to 6 over 5. It's a true statement. So in order to make it false statement, we need to write not equal or equal, equal. Okay, be careful when you do. That means 5 over 6 equal to 6 over 5 is a false statement. Alright? Okay, so many students will make a mistake because you didn't think logically. So logic thinking is part of the HOTS question. Alright, so you need to think first before you can write the answer. For B, the converse is very easy. You just write if k squared more than 4, then k dash and negative 3. So you just reverse the statement. If P, then Q. And then if converse, if Q, then P. Be careful, you must have if and then, THEN, alright? Okay, now and the question asking for whether the converse is it true or false. So before you can tell the answer, you need to think first. That is so-called HOTS. You must know how to think first. Okay, so if k squared more than 4, then k less than negative 2. Let's say we have a number which is less than negative 2, which is negative 3. Negative 3 squared, alright? Okay, you are getting 9. 9 more than 4. It looks like true. But how about, okay, let's say you have another number, k less than negative 2. Okay, let's say negative 4. Okay, negative 4 is less than negative 2. Negative 4 squared, you're getting 16. 16 is more than 4. It looks like true. But then, what about if k is more than negative 2? It can be k more than negative 2, right? Example, you have 3 is more than negative 2. If I take 3 square, I'm getting more than 4. Right, so beside k less than negative 2, in fact k more than negative 2 also can be accepted. So for this one, the converse is false because k squared more than 4, then k less than negative 2, it should be or k more than negative 2, right? You have two sides, isn't it? You solve the inequality equation. Remember, you solve the inequality function, you factorize, and then you shade the one to the left and right, okay? So you have two sides of the range of the k, right? One is k less than negative 2, the other one is k more than negative 2, right? So because of that, this converse is false because k more than negative 2 is also valid if k squared more than 4, okay? So this is how you think in order to answer. So for converse, you have to actually use a number, plug in and check, alright? So maybe you can solve the k squared more than 4 using a quadratic function, and you factorize and you shade the region. You will notice that you have two range of values of k, right? So the answer should have two range of values of k, then it will be a true statement. Next, we will actually make a general conclusion by induction for the following pattern. So you are given the specific term. So we always start with the right hand side like this. We don't have to write equal sign. Okay, we'll use a highlighter. Okay, we'll highlight the pattern that will remain unchanged. Okay, let's do it together. Take out your highlighter. You need to highlight for every terms you study. There is a 1, minus 1, 1, minus 1, 1, minus 1 remain unchanged, right? So that means we'll copy down the pattern which keep on unchanged, and the one that changed, we'll leave it first. Alright, so we have 1 which is remain unchanged, minus remain unchanged, and 1 remain unchanged that I highlighted in blue color. Then the one keep on changing is 2, 4, and 8. So we have to think how to convert 2 to the something to do with 1. Are you going to write 1 times 2, 2 times 1, or 2 power 1, or 1 plus 1? Okay, you have to convert to something to do with 1, either power 1, plus 1, times 1, or minus 1, and it must be applied for every term. For second terms, you must have a 2, so either you can write 2 power 2, and then the pattern must be the same with the first one and the third one. So every term have the 2 power and 1 for the first term. Second term will be 2 power 2, right? And third term will be 2 power 3. And you can see there is a 2 as the constant that remain unchanged. So hence, we will write the pattern number as 1 over 2 power n minus 1. Or we can say that this is actually the conclusion, right? 1 over 2 power n minus 1. So then we have to double check for every term, is it valid? When you substitute the n equal to 1, are you getting the first term? When you substitute n equal to 2, are you getting the second term? And when you substitute n equal to 3, are you getting the third term? If yes, then okay, then your n, you have to list down n is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, and so on and so forth. So we put 3 dots, all right? So make sure you put 3 dots after the comma. So that is the answer for the conclusion by induction. Okay, so this is so-called max reasoning. So you have to think how to figure out the pattern number by observing the changes of the each term. All right, okay, so we have discussed the mathematics reasoning. Now we will proceed to the next question. Okay, this question is quite easy. It's about circle. So we will actually study the question first. Diagram 5 show a quadrant of circle OQR and a sector of circle OST with a common center O. OPS is a right angle triangle. So given OP equal to OS equal to 21, OP is 21, OS is 21, and OT also 21 is the radius. So now we will try to find the perimeter for the whole diagram. So we'll highlight the arc length like this. Okay, whole diagram. So you have to trace the length in straight line, which is in blue color, and arc length is in red color. So for the one in red color is arc length. So you have to use a formula for arc length, right? For the one which is straight line, 21, is quite easy because it's the radius. So we have 28, right? So that is 7 for QP. And then RS will be 7, right? And we have the quadrant should be 90 degree, right? So based on the quadrant, we will find the arc length for the QR. Okay, so still remember the formula is theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay, so 90 degree because quadrant times 2 times 2 over 7 times the radius, which is 28. This is for big circle. Okay, quadrant is 90 over 360, or you can write as 1 over 4. It's okay. So the answer for the arc length is 44. Now we want to find the arc length for the other one, for the small circle. Our angle is 60 degrees. So for ST, let's work out the arc length is 60 over 360 times 2 times 2 over 7 times the radius 21. Be careful with the radius. Okay, so the answer is 22 centimeter. So then we will try to add up, okay, on the length for the perimeter for the whole diagram. So we will add one by one. Okay, so finally you have the answer, which is equivalent to 44 plus 22 plus 21 plus 21 plus 7 plus 7, right? So the answer is 122 centimeter, right? Okay, that is a perimeter. Okay, now let's proceed to the next question, which is the area of the shaded region. So we have to find the area for the quadrant is equal to 90 over 360 times 2 over 7 times 28 square, because this is the area for the quadrant for the circle with the radius 28, right? So A2 is the area for the small sector with a small circle is 60 degree over 360 times 2 over 7 times radius is 21 square. Alright, so now we will find the area of the triangle. So the area for the small circle is 21. Alright, so 21 square. Remember to square. So A1, okay, you press the calculator and give me the answer is 616 centimeter square, and area for the small sector is 231 centimeter square, right? Alright, so the height of the triangle, now we are going to find the height for A3, which is the area of the triangle. So the height is 21 and the base also 21. So 1 over 2 times 21 times 21. So the answer is, please press the calculator and give me the answer. So your answer is 220.5, right? So now we actually just want the area for the shaded region. So we will take area for quadrant plus area for the sector minus area of the triangle. So we will take 616 plus 231 minus 220.5. So in exam, you have to write your answer like this. In the answer space, you can write 1 over 4 to 2 over 7 times 28 square plus 1 over 6 times 2 over 7 times 21 square and minus 1 over 2 times 21 square. So your answer is 626.5, right? Centimeter square. Remember the unit is important. So this is the area of the shaded region. Okay, show your working clearly so that you can get the working marks. For paper 2, working is very important. Okay, I have discussed quite many of the section A question. Actually, quite many of the questions are HOTS question. I'm sure you will learn something which is very helpful to you to prepare for help you to excel in mathematics in coming SPM exam. Till then, I shall see you in my next video meeting. Bye and have a nice day.
牵挂。我们学会许多手法来掩饰不碰的伤疤，因为我会想起你，我害怕面对自己，我的意志总被寂寞吞噬，因为你总会提醒，过去总不会过去，有种真爱不是我的。没结果的花，未完全的牵